Everybody. I wanted to talk today about this really important thing called closure, which is a little bit like a myth. We think that I just need to talk to this person again. We need to hash things out. I have questions. And those are going to be the things that are going to finally free me from the pain or the anchor that I've been feeling towards this relationship. Closure is usually not found in the person. Closure is the life that you build after this person is gone. Closure is creating something more beautiful than this person could have given you. Closure is developing the parts of yourself that maybe were seen or held or supported by that person, and then expanding it and building it without them. Closure is the moments afterwards. Closure is the beautiful new people that you meet, the experiences that you have, and you have to place yourself in those places that is possible for happening. So I've seen people, some things, or like the classic ways that I've seen is A, having a conversation with that person again, B, writing them a letter and maybe sending it to them, maybe not, three, getting rid of all of their stuff, um, and four, you know, getting rid of all of their stuff. And yeah, I think that's basically it. Maybe changing the bed sheets, getting new sheets or something, or things that you guys shared together, changing that. And I've also seen the classic getting a haircut. That's also part of it. All of those things are great. And I'm going to tell you that I've done all five of those things and I definitely recommend them. Um, but you won't be surprised when you're still feeling depressed or achy or longing for that. So, some things that I do to create closure is one is family constellations. I have somebody take on the role of the person that I'm looking for closure with. And that's really helpful because A, you're talking to the person's soul instead of the person's ego when you do a face to face conversation with them. You're able to get a lot more answers than you were if, let's say, you were trying to do just a regular face to face conversation with them. For the people who don't know what constellations are, it's the ability to have somebody else take on the role of them and their energy will be inside of that person. What happens a lot with that is not necessarily that something resolves or something changes from that, but just talking to another person who's in the role of your past beloved brings up things that weren't able to be said before because the person's ego is there, their defense mechanisms, maybe they weren't able to articulate it, maybe they weren't able to do the work to get there. And it actually opens up a real honest conversation there with it. Also, usually the people in the role are somebody who loves you and supports you and trusts you and wasn't necessarily hurt by you. So there's less caustic energy there, and you're actually able to create space to really move through it. And your usual defenses won't come up either. If you usually shut down, if you usually leave, if you usually try to end the conversation early because this person's really triggering for you, that's not going to happen in constellations. You're actually able to get to points of conversations you aren't able to usually get to. So that's really important. Doing a constellation on that, finding the answers that you weren't able to find. Second, now it's time to actually move forward. That's having new experiences, doing all the things that when you were in a relationship, saying, I always wanted to do this, or let's do this together. Go and do that for yourself, because that's going to bring up the part of you that you wanted there all along. That's going to find reasons for you to love yourself and to fall in love with yourself, which is so important. Become a person that you want to fall in love with. And that's so massive. People that you meet afterwards, while you're doing the things that you've been longing to do, they're going to reflect to you things that maybe this partner didn't, or maybe the partner did, that you're feeling the missing chord. So you have to go out of the house. You have to move and open yourself up to new opportunities. Something that I did after a breakup once was I started learning how to surf and going every Friday, going surfing. And it just got me out of my like dark cloud of missing this person, longing for this person, hoping to bump into this person, and just doing something just for me. And it was something new, and it was something that I had no memories with my ex-partner. So like it was actually creating a life beyond this relationship, having something new, having a life afterwards that had things in it that didn't exist in my past partnership life. So learning how to surf also taught me how to trust myself again. And it got me like learning how to surf, like you have to be so present as that wave is coming. You're not thinking like, why did he break up with me? Like you're just focusing on the wave. You're just feeling your body and it's getting yourself back in your body, which is so important. So, three, getting back in your body, exercising, sauna, cold plunging, running, being out in nature, camping, hiking, doing things that will force you to come into the present moment. Our brains are great when it comes to doing math. Our brains are can be our enemies when it comes to moving forward and staying present. Staying in your body really helps you get into the present moment. It really helps you feel what's actually happening around you. And it actually helps process instead of analyzing. Analyzing will be like the death of you when it comes to closure, but processing and moving the feelings out comes by being present. And you don't even have to do it consciously, as in, like, you can be walking up a hill and it will be really painful and you'll be feeling that sweat and that endurance and that perseverance coming up. And that will actually be the thing that your heart needs to move through. And you'll feel better afterwards. Okay, so constellations, getting in your body, doing things that are new. And then as time goes on, it will be meeting new people. And I'm not talking about going on new dates or trying to find the next relationship, but doing the things that you would do to fall in love with yourself, becoming the person that you would fall in love with, will probably also mean meeting new people. So that's like going on a hike and just meeting people on the trail, joining a book club and meeting people in your book club. You're creating a new support network for yourself of people who are thoughtful, heart centered, loving, caring, and supportive. And that will happen by putting yourself into new spaces. So closure is 99% the life you create after the relationship and 1% the conversation you have with the person or looking back at the person. Another really great moment that I had that was closure for me was going on the Tour de Mont Blanc, which was a through hike through the Alps. And that also, it just helped me meet new people, become somebody I was worth falling in love with, and being out in nature, just moving out all of that energy, moving through it, seeing myself, reflecting what happened, and also seeing the way that I treated myself on the hike made me realize how I was treating myself during the relationship. And it also really brought up new paradigms and new patterns of how I can treat myself moving forward. So, once again, closure is creating a life worth living afterwards. And in those moments, you'll have the aha moments, you'll have the clicking moments, you'll have the understanding moments that this person wouldn't be able to give you if you had conversation after conversation after conversation with them about it. So, blessing everyone to open their new lives and be able to close old chapters in a way that feels healthy and good, and wishing everyone a wonderful day.